Yo, what is God flow? It's the ability to take command of your lyrics and not conform to those boring mainstream styles. And what are hell bars? Well, that's the skill to spit hellfire and brimstone over any beat. I'ma show you. God flow, transcended humanity with the nitro. I might go universal, the rap ghost. Behold my luminescence, possession. That's hydro that I blow. Token drew the legend. Confidence with dominance. On any track in any gear, synonymous with dripping, rockin' shit. Be legit and stand out. Don't go with the plan now.
So with us passing the halfway point last week, are the stakes getting even bigger? Is the action getting better? And do we have a big bad yet? Maybe. But let's talk about it.
I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Real talk.
What's good, everyone? It's your homie Token Drew, and today we are talking about episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, titled The Whole World is Watching. So before we get into it, I just want to throw up this spoiler warning, and if you're new here, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try a bit of a different format. Instead of giving you an entire synopsis while I review it, I'm just going to go straight through and just give you the stuff. So I really like how the episode kicks off. It starts off in Wakanda 6 years prior to when this is happening. And where we see James and Ayo, and she is trying to help him come over his brainwashing by saying the different trigger words that we heard in Captain America Civil War, the words that Zemo used to control him. We actually hear this in the previous episode as well. While this is happening, there are flashbacks to previous Marvel events such as Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Captain America Civil War. So it's really cool seeing those events tied in. I'm really liking when these series are doing that. The acting in it is incredible, to be honest with you. And there's actual subtle music cues in the background, which I really didn't pick up at first, but after repeated viewing, the Winter Soldier theme going from heavy with strings to when he finally breaks free, just a piano melody of it. And Ayo saying, "You are free," to James and him breaking down was just a very powerful part. And then it cuts to James telling Ayo in the future or in the present, whatever, what's going on, saying the reason why they need Zemo. And she says, "You have 8 hours. We're coming for him and you're not gonna be able to stop us." And he knows that's what it is. When James returns, he tells them what's going on, tells Sam and Zemo what's going on, and they continue with what their mission has to be for this episode. That mission being trying to retrieve the serums from Carly. A lot of cool banter going back and forth, as always. It was really cool seeing how Sam is starting to sympathize with Carly. The fact that the Flag Smashers believe in a world without borders really resonates with Sam, and I really like that. In fact, they even have a really cool conversation when Sam infiltrates a funeral for this older lady who had died in the previous episode. Now, rumor has it that there was going to be like a whole virus subplot that was scrapped because, of the actual pandemic that was happening. So they wisely scrapped that. So I feel like this old lady dying was actually from that subplot. But anyway, in this meeting that Sam and Carly have, they have a lot of great discussions about pretty much how Sam is down for her cause, like what she's doing, but not how she's doing it. John Walker and Lamar burst in, and it's cool because earlier than that you see just John Walker just ticking, there's something off about him. After a scuffle ensues, the vials fall and Zemo, he comes across them and he starts smashing all of them, which is surprising to me. I thought he'd want to take one, but he says earlier in that episode a very profound line about how, "Yo, shut the up. The super soldier serum will corrupt people," and Steve Rogers was the only exception, but there was never another man like Steve Rogers. So I thought that was really cool. When Walker comes down to see what's going on, they see that Zemo had smashed everything and it gets kind of salty, but Walker does see an extra vial. and he picks it up and puts it in his pocket before the rest of the crew come into that area. So we know what's going to happen, and throughout the rest of this episode, you can see Walker start to twitch and act kind of funny because it is implied that he took the super soldier serum, and we actually see like when he's chasing somebody, he throws the shield and it just wedges into the wall because he's not used to his strength yet. But before he takes the super soldier serum, probably the most badass scene of the series so far is when the Dora Milaje appear in the hotel room, just come out of the shadows, and John Walker tries to be like, do you have any jurisdiction here? Do you know who I am? And Ayo is like, the Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves. And he makes the mistake of putting his hand on her, and they just start whooping his ass. And the choreography and the fight is awesome. And one of the members of the Dora Milaje even do the kick up thing that gets the shield up to her hand, because they even incapacitate his shield. They completely beat his ass to the point where when everyone else leaves, because, you know, Sam, Bucky, and Zemo escaped. Sam and Bucky were like, we don't need any part of this shit. And so they all left, and Walker's just sitting there like, they weren't even super soldiers. That part made me laugh out loud. I appreciated that. Later, a really cool part happens where Carly calls Sam's sister. It's not really specified how they get the information, but, you know, they're hackers or whatever. It's probably not that hard. And calls and pretty much says, you know, tell your brother to meet me here alone, or it'll be a shame if I pay a visit to you, and starts listing off her kids' names. So Sam suits up and he goes over to meet her, and Bucky, he follows, of course, because he's like, yo, I'm with you. And it starts a big scuffle, big confrontation when the other Flag Smashers come out, and they're trying to have a conversation first, but then Lamar and Captain America, John Walker, show up, and they're whooping ass, and Carly punches Lamar so hard that it kills him. He smashes against a pillar, and, you know, he's dead, and that causes John Walker to snap. Even though the rest of the Flag Smashers disperse, John jumps out a window to chase one of them, and the one he chases down earlier in the episode talks about how he was a fan of Captain America growing up because of the work that Captain America did. But John Walker catches up to dude, throws a shield at him, makes him fall, and pretty much just bashes him to death with his shield. Really awesome, and it ends with a really awesome visceral shot of John Walker standing there still twitching with his shield all bloody. And everyone was recording on their cell phones when this happened. Of course, this is drawing parallels to the police brutality when people record it, and we get to see how shitty the cops really are out here. But overall, the dialogue scenes were tense, the fights were fast-paced, great choreography, the Dora Milaje were awesome. I'm going to say that this was probably about it. I'm going to say this is my favorite episode of the series so far, and I'm going to go ahead and give this episode an A. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. They say that this next episode is going to have a huge cameo. It's the second to last episode. So right now we have Captain America acting like the U.S. agent. So I'm assuming that Bucky's going to get the costume and shield before long. I guess we'll find that out pretty soon. But until next time, I'm your boy Token Drew. Live up, smoke out, and game on. I'm out this bitch. Thanks for watching. Check out my album, LuSoGo Collector's Edition. Peace. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Real talk, we similar. I hustle, you hustle. I rise, you rise. I struggle and you struggle. Is my shit so different? Cause I talk like I'm educated. Am I struggling the same cause I wait the tables? Y'all fuckers at my stage exaggerate and say I ain't real cause I ain't a felon. I'm the one buying drugs that you're selling. You hustling for a living, but I'm buying in my pockets overzealous. Yeah, I might be nice, have a dime wife, girl by my side no matter the dark time. Got a top fan before the limelight. I ain't really winning, but I'm doing alright. Me and my son had a conversation while TMNT playing on the PlayStation about him going up to be a Power Ranger. Said you can do it, boy, you'll be the greatest. Show up to work, I'm blazed to faded. Working at dicks, I'm addicted to tables. My left eye glowing like my name is Cable. I'm Drew the legend, not Drew the fable. Got no time for lies, time for games. Stretching the story and making mints. My life a team of LeBron and Kobe's.